never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're with my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams into modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through.
PBK is definitely in the building. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you to everybody that's looking at this PBK9's Dog Talk and news for the night. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I'm giving you that news and that talk the way I always do it. Fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it, some ain't, man. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Like I said, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to drop down in the comments as well. Big shout out and big salute to all my brothers, like I say, and my sisters down in the chat. All the bulldoggers and dog lovers, one side of the country to the other side of the country. You know, let's get into that dog talk and that dog news for the day. You know, I'm going to start that thing off because, see, we got a lot of stuff to talk about on this episode. I'm going to get into the recalls as well. We got a bunch of recalls on dog food that a lot of people haven't been mentioning, but I'm going to mention it. PBK9 dog news. You know what I'm saying? But first, I want to say to the dude that said these YouTube channels bring too much light to the breed, you know, and this one particular. Okay, only thing I can really say about that is what we do on these YouTube channels don't affect what you all do out there in them streets. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen one YouTube channel affect what's going on with y'all out there in them streets. Don't blame what y'all got going on out in them streets on them YouTube channels. Not one channel. You know, you can not like this channel, not like that channel or this channel. But not one of them channels cause y'all brothers to get your ass where y'all at. Y'all causing yourself to get where y'all at. Making them moves when you make them with the people you on them cell phones with the people you talking to back and forth with. That's who bringing all the light to y'all breed. You know what I'm saying? That's who bringing all the light to it. But you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. I'm trying to figure out where the light coming from. What you want, the breed to stay in the darkness? My brothers, my sisters, what do you want, the breed to stay in the darkness? Because if you keep it in the darkness, people just gonna think that negative stuff about it. People just gonna think that negative stuff about it because they already been thinking the negative stuff about it since the 70s and 80s. You know, and that's why I made a video a while back when I showed you the Sports Illustrated magazine when they first start talking negative about the pit bulls. So you wanted to stay that way, but I've been told you, fam, this ain't back in the days. You know, if we leave it up to you or people like you, the breed will stay in the dark and the breed will stay with the bad name that it got. See, no matter how many YouTube channels they put up, no matter how many people got YouTube channels, them folk all across this country look at that breed one way. Until brothers shed other light on the breed. You know what I'm saying? Until brothers show the breed in other ways. So you better be glad. You know what I'm saying? You better be glad. See, you don't complain. This is why I tell brothers, you know, some brothers have it too good because they don't complain when they're listening to that computer voice all damn day long. You're giving that computer voice 1 million views. And these brothers up here who you can talk to, who you can see, you playing games with them. But that's the job of a hater though, man. That's the job of a hater. But what I want to know is, you know what I'm saying, what's up with my moderators, man? What's the job of a moderator when it comes to this YouTube stuff, man? When y'all boys, y'all men, you know, I don't want to call nobody no boys. When y'all men or ladies that's moderators see things that isn't right, you know what you got to do. And this the deal, this the thing, because I done had this happen in the past. Because you see somebody in the chat you don't like, moderator, don't get rid of them just because you don't like them. You know, if they violate the chat, then you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? If they violate the chat, then you know what it is. But all I want to say is, what's the purpose of moderators? You know what I'm saying? Blue wrenches. Do something with them things. Tighten up some screws, man. You know what I'm saying? Tighten up some screws. You know, we going to keep that dog news flowing. We got dog talk as well as dog news. And if you're feeding up right now, hold that cup for a few minutes. I ain't sure how long this video going to be, but hold that cup for a few minutes to make sure your dog food ain't on that list. Now, you know I got to give it to you. You know I got to give it to you. You know, and this the thing about it. You know, we going to get into something. we going to get into some dog talk right after this video, but I want to put you on my first little bit of news. You know, put you on my first little bit of news. We about to get into that dog talk. But first, when we go up to Boston, you know, a young lady was caught. Well, she's locked up for animal cruelty. She was caught beating her service dog. Beating her service dog. I mean, she beat him. When I say beat him, I mean beat him. They say she took a bottle and beat him with a bottle, kicking him. I don't know what he did. You know, I just give you the news like I always do, man. I don't know what he did, but she flipped. She beat him with a bottle downtown in the middle of Boston, wherever she was at. You know, they locked her up. All I can do is give the news like I always do. If she looking at this video, she can't get mad at me. You know, all I get it from is CNN satellites from outer space. But y'all check this out, though.
Now to a cruel crime in Boston. A woman accused of abusing her service dog. Witnesses say that she kicked the animal repeatedly and then hit it with a glass bottle. The night team Samantha York is live in Boston tonight with more from those witnesses. Samantha.
Yeah, witnesses tell us that it was a hard situation to see, and many people tried to intervene.
You stand before the court on one count of cruelty to animal and one count of assault and battery on a police officer.
A tearful day in court for 26-year-old Jasmine Velasquez.
Please don't go, please release me. I gotta see my son.
She's accused of kicking and beating her service dog near Boston Common Tuesday night.
Ms. Velasquez hit the dog with an open right hand 1 time, hit the dog with a glass bottle 11 times, and kicked the dog 3 times.
Boston police were tipped off to the incident by someone who saw what happened.
She was screaming at the dog, saying, "Shut up, shut up, shut up." And she started hitting the dog with a glass bottle.
In the area, officers say they heard the dog cry out in pain.
Seeing a person actually do such a thing with an animal, especially a service dog, which is there to help her, is just heartbroken.
Keith Brewer also witnessed the incident. He says he couldn't believe what he saw.
Just terrible to witness and to hear the dog howling in pain every time that she hit him.
He says he comforted the dog after police arrived.
The dog came to me and kind of backed into me as I crouched down, and was very calm, considering what happened.
According to Velasquez's defense attorney, she lives at the Pine Street Inn and has a 4-month-old son who's in state custody.
She has some psychological issues, but she's dealing with them, and she's compliant with her medication regime.
The attorney says Velasquez fractured a bone in her leg last year and needs a service dog to help her walk.
She's still recovering, and she still has balance and ambulation issues with respect there too. So that's why she has the service dog.
Witnesses say they just want the best for the dog.
I just hope that that little dog can find a family that would love him.
Velasquez is charged with animal cruelty as well as assault and battery on a police officer. Police say while they were booking her, she allegedly spit on one of the officers. She was ordered to be held on $1,500 bail. Reporting live in Boston, I'm Samantha York, 7 News 19.
Now, I tell you, I'm going to give it to you, man. I tell you, I'm going to give it to you. But let's get to some dog talk real quick. And I want y'all to hear this, and you can kind of use this for more than one breed. It don't necessarily have to be for one breed what you about to listen to, because our brothers always like to, and big salute to all my brothers in the UK, big salute to all my sisters in the UK, all my sisters in Ireland, all my sisters and brothers all across this world when it comes to dogs, but I want y'all to hear from brothers that deal with these UK brothers and see how breeding goes when it comes to the working dogs. When it comes to the working dogs, when I say working dogs, I mean like Malinois, Rottweilers, Doberman Pinschers, Dutch Shepherds, German Shepherds, for the most part, the working dogs. Listen to what this brother about to say, and we're going to talk about it. Listen to what he about to say, and we're going to talk about it. And what they're talking about is pit bulls being bred into them dogs, without you knowing. Your paper's going to say one thing, but there's some pit bull in them dogs, especially the working ones coming from overseas, not necessarily directly from overseas, could have some, parents from overseas, grandparents from overseas, but the pit bull is being incorporated in them dogs for one reason, for the gameness that they bring to the table. You see, the fight that they bring to the table. And it's not going to be in the pedigrees, but it's the way them brothers breeding it. But I want you to listen to this, and then we're going to talk about it.
I don't think that they are.
You're talking to someone.
Look, you can't sit here and say that they're all crosses, just like I can't sit here and say that they're all purebred.
You want to sit here and listen to?
You mentioned Logan House, correct? So that's Mike Suttle, correct?
Sure.
Well, Mike Suttle, I don't want to speak for his program, but I
right.
Mike. When you say does he have bulls in his program, Mike himself didn't breed them, but the dogs that he has definitely have pit bull in them. Rudy Suttle definitely has pit bull.
Like the
Mike,
point that I would
let me answer you real quick. There's a dog I know that was sold to him from my male, and the dog has some bull influence. It's a heavy Duco dog. So, yes, to answer the question, a lot of them are crosses. I'm not going to mention the kennel, but it's a really big, real quick. It's a really big kennel in KPV. They're extremely popular. If I say it right now, everybody on this live knows who they are. I was actually in their container. That's where they do the training, and they have all the plaques, the KPV plaques, where they win their PH1s. And they were sitting down talking, and they said to me, point to the dog that has the pit bull in it. And I pointed to a couple of them, and they started laughing at me. And I asked them why. And they said, because all of them do. It's the joke in Holland.
Right. So
I'm just letting you know that pit bull is used quite a bit with really popular.
I'm sure it's.
Right now.
I was in the police dog business. Okay, I was in KMPB Club. I was in Schutzen. I was in Ring. I had my own dog training business. I bred and sold police dogs. Okay? I prepped a lot of dogs who came here in lots from Czechoslovakia, from Holland, all over Europe. So I worked hundreds of dogs. Okay? Our broker in Czechoslovakia was going through 32 dogs to get one to come. Out of 6 dogs in a lot, 4 were just passing, 2 were projects that I had to build up and try to sell. My contacts were in Europe, and they were personal friends of mine. I'm a European, and I know exactly what was being done in Europe. And I know all the crosses that were done. One of my best friends went to Tikahuk. You ever hear the kennel, Tikahuk kennels?
Yes, Tikahuk used to have really nice shepherds. Yeah.
Okay. Tikahuk had a lot of good shepherds, but they had a lot of hip dysplasia, a lot of spine issues, elbow issues. One of my best friends went
Sound like they didn't have a lot of good shepherds.
Tikahuk of the 80s and 90s, buddy. Calm down. Not Tikahuk now.
And they had the Great Dane, the man-aggressive, civil, man-eating Great Dane that they had locked up. When those Dutch Shepherds came over, they were 90 to 120 pounds. That's coming off of a 130, 40-pound Great Dane cross. I was in the police dog business. I befriended the brokers. I have friends in Europe who saw the crosses. I saw the people come here, pay flights, and breed to bull breeds. And then, you know what? I'm not going to compete with some of you guys who are better trainers. Some of you guys may be better breeders. But I've bled my heart into instinctive drives. You cannot add fight to a dog that doesn't exist unless you hybridize and breed to a dog that has tremendous fight, and you breed a bull to a herder. You get the happy medium, but it doesn't come from a herder. You can train a herder all day, all night, breed them as best you can. And if we go into the woods and put them on a nasty hog, they're not going to commit. That's genetic. The only way you can change that herder to change his behavior is you have to add a dog that includes the instincts now into the genetics of that dog. And now we may get a dog that's willing to commit, but that only comes by crossing.
See, when it comes to breeding and working dogs, a lot of my European brothers go by the MO of getting a dog that, making a perfect dog. Making a perfect dog, no matter what it takes to put in that dog. That's why when you hear them brothers speaking, they're talking about putting Great Dane in the dog, putting Mastiff in the dog, putting whatever it takes. And there's certain things that they looking for that's going to add to that dog to make that dog perfect. When you say, oh, why you adding a Great Dane? You would have added a whole different dog before you add a Great Dane. But it's something that the Great Dane possess, or at least that particular Great Dane that they bred to possess. The reason why they made that breeding. And then when they got the puppies with selected breeding, 1 or 2, 3 out of litter was exactly the way they wanted it. Exactly the way they want it. And the thing is, when it comes to the pit bull, adding the pit bull to, especially working dogs, the dogs be human aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Them like Malinois, German Shepherds, Rottweilers, Doberman Pinschers, they gonna bring the human aggression, But see, and they gonna bring, some fight. But the pit bull is bringing a whole different payload of fight when it comes to gameness. But see, they're not bringing human aggression. And when you breed that gameness of the pit bull with all that fight he has in dog aggression and mix it with a working dog, specifically a Malinois or a Dutch Shepherd, or even a German Shepherd of a working line, when you mix a pit bull with that, you get a super dog. He may be aggressive towards dogs, but that's something you can control. He gonna have a human aggression in him from the working side, and he gonna have the drive and the fight in him from the pit bull side. So whenever he do go make a bite on a person and grab him around the arm or grab him in the shoulder or grab him wherever he grab him at, they're not going to be able to just beat that dog off of him. You know, and that's what the pit bull brings to the table. And that's what them guys over there know, you know, and plus the pit bull looks real good bred with the Malinois. You can breed a brown Malinois with a brown pit bull with the right structure, and you won't know the difference in the puppies. You know, I'm just saying, as far as Malinois, you might know the difference in the pit bull puppies, but if I sell them all for Malinois, you won't know the difference, especially if the whole little ears stick up. You won't know the difference. You know, so that's why they adding the pit bull into the program, because the pit bull, although it gets a bad name, them brothers are using it for the purposes, you know, that they need to get them used for. And the thing about it, the pit bull tore down by so many people across this world. But the thing about it, the pit bull is in their dog. A lot of the military dogs, the pit bull is in it. A lot of the police dogs, the pit bull is in it. It ain't gonna say the pit bull is in it, but the pit bull is in it. Without that pit bull, a lot of dogs wouldn't be as strong as they is. And I ain't talking about strength as in pulling weights. I'm talking about strength as in holding them men down. Strength as in having that nerve to jump off the edge without thinking. You see, when you start getting them KNPV dogs, they do things without thinking. They go straight through, and they got to find out later. You know what I'm saying? And that's because of the different dogs that they bred to make a super dog. You see, a super dog. And that's why I just wanted y'all to listen to that audio so y'all can hear it yourselves from other brothers, you know, and not just one or two, or not just me, you know, and brothers who got more experience with them breeds and with them particular lines of dogs. Because it's like I say, you can use that kind of scenario with anybody when it comes to, with any breed when it comes to the European brothers. Because at the end of the day, even with the pit bulls, you know, like a lot of y'all brothers say, even with the pits, they not worried about the pedigrees. They worried about producing a great dog. You know what I'm saying? They worried about producing a great dog. So while we worried about all the pedigrees, they worried about producing a great dog. And then when we get the dog over here, they done talk good about them so much over there. But when we get them, we don't like them because we don't understand the pedigrees, and we don't like what the pedigrees look like. They don't look like what we want them to look like, you know? And that's just because they don't breed for the same purposes that we breed for when it comes to our dogs. That's why when you see all the American bred dogs that done took American, like outside of the pit bull, American German Shepherd, the American Rottweilers, the American Doberman Pinschers, all them dogs are nothing like the German Rottweilers, the German Shepherds, working line German Shepherds, the foreign Doberman Pinschers. All them dogs are nothing like them American bred dogs. You know, the ones that they're using for the shows and stuff. I mean, they slope backs. The German Shepherds backs look like one of them slope back Cadillacs from back in the days. You know what I'm saying? That's just because of the breeding that they're doing for show, but no work. They using these dogs that's made for working and putting them in shows, and then breeding them to the level and got them with standards that don't even fit the standards of a real working dog. You know, don't even fit the standards of a real working dog. And that's how they screw them up every time, man. That's how they screw them up every time. Look at the Rottweilers with little heads, and you see American Rottweilers with them little teeny heads long like pit bull heads. You know what I'm saying? That ain't how Rottweiler's supposed to be, you know? And that just goes with American breeding. But when it comes to the American Pit Bull Terrier, what they did to it, all the little hybrid breeds, the bullies, the pocket pits, the exotics, the band dogs, all them dogs are, you know, spinoffs of the pit bull. The American creations, what America created off the pit bull. The pit bull is the working dog. They created the show dogs off the pit bulls, the pockets, the bullies, all that other stuff is the show dogs. They're not made to work. All they made to do is show. Everything America creating off of working dogs when it comes to health-wise, when it comes to their posture, their destruction, all that, it's totally screwed up. You know, totally screwed up. That's why when you get a dog imported from Europe, you know, no matter if it's one of they downgraded dogs, it's still gonna have a big gene pool. The gene pool is not gonna be as tight as these dogs is over here. You know, they're not gonna be the same. And big gene pools. When you got a dog with a big gene pool of great dogs, that really matters at the end of the day. We're not talking about a big gene pool of curs or a big gene pool of backyard boogie, Malinois and Dutch Shepherds or German Shepherds. You know, we talking about good dogs, you know, good dogs. But yeah, man, let's keep this thing going, man. Y'all hit that like button. Salute to all the people down in the chat. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. PBK9's giving it to you like I always give it to ya. My brothers and sisters, you know, we got some dog talk. More dog news to come. More dog news to come, man, because a lot of people out there been doing the wrong things with these dogs. And like I always tell you, CNN satellites from outer space gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? CNN satellites from outer space gonna give it to you. And got another rescue. Oh man, another rescue, but we gonna get into it. Now, before we get into the woman with the rescue, we gotta get into a woman from Warren County. You know, woman from Warren County arrested, charged with animal cruelty, you know, finding dead dogs in the house, dead animals in the house. I mean, like, it's one thing to argue about a dead dog on the outside, wrapped around a tree, that done decayed and all that. You know, you done seen all that too. You know, and you can smell them out the decaying and all that too. You know, but when you got a dead dog in the house, like how long does a dead dog stay in the house? What's the minimum time a dead dog should stay in the house? What's the maximum time a dead dog should stay in the house? I'm like, damn. I mean, come on, come with it now. Folk leaving these dead dogs in the house is like, it ain't nothing. I mean, like, you walk around fixing dinner and you got a dead dog laying in there and you done walk around, you done fix breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the next morning you fix breakfast again, you still got a dead dog in there. Lunch, dinner, or did whatever you did, or however you did it, and you still got a dead dog in there. Like, I just don't understand these folk. Some of these folk have mental problems. Gotta be, man. It gotta be something other than just being a bad dog owner. Leaving a dead dog in your house while you conducting everyday life is something mentally wrong with that. Now we talking about a fresh dead dog. We ain't talking about a stuffed dog or none of that type of stuff, you know, because people do all kind of things with the animals. We talking about a dog that died from starvation or some other type of neglect or mistreatment. You know, and that one thing I gotta say, fellas, a lot of my brothers get jammed up in that dog fight and stuff out there. But there's a lot of these ladies out here, you know, them ladies ain't getting jammed up in the dog fighting. They getting jammed up in animal cruelty, leaving dead dogs in the house. You know, just like Barbara Wobble from Canine Lifeline Rescue, 140 some dogs. Half of them dead. Some of them in the house. The women is outrageous when it comes to animal cruelty, and the men outrageous when it comes to the dog joint, the Pitbull thing. At least when it comes to my news reports. But I ain't gonna talk y'all head off. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and get into this video right here. We got a Warren County woman locked up, animal cruelty. Let's get into it.
A Warren County woman's facing multiple counts of animal cruelty after dead and malnourished animals were found in her apartment.
So Jessica Schmidt has more on the investigation at the Alert Desk.
Well, a grand jury did just indict 21-year-old Taylor Lofton for 7 counts of animal cruelty in Warren County. Franklin police tell us they worked with the Warren County dog wardens on this case, and we do want to warn you, some of this may be disturbing to hear. So they tell us they went to an apartment on River Street in Franklin back on September 26th to get some animals because Lofton had given them a key and signed over those pets to the animal shelter. When investigators went inside, they say trash, junk, empty crates, and animal feces was all over the apartment. Police tell us they found a dead dog on the kitchen floor, another dog locked in a filthy crate. They say 2 more dogs were loose in the apartment. Both were malnourished and injured. Investigators also found 4 cats and a turtle living in what they described as sewer water. Now, we're told there was no food or water anywhere in the apartment for the animals, and the air conditioner was not on despite the temperature that day being in the 80s. Now, police arrested her back in October. She's no longer in jail, but again was just indicted today. The 8 surviving animals are now at the Warren County Humane Association. At the alert desk, Jessica Schmidt, Fox 19 Now.
Jessica.
Hold up. I think I got the answer, man. I think I got the answer. We all should get rescues. Everybody should get rescues. That's the going thing. And the reason why I say that, everybody should get rescues because the rescues only get probation. They only get PTI, supervision, community service, a year. The brothers with the pit bulls, and the all that other stuff, they get more time. If everybody get rescues, then they just give you a little bit of time. I mean, how much time can you get from owning a rescue and having 1 dead dog, 2 dead dogs, when Barbara Weiber of Canine Lifeline Rescue had 146 dead dogs and ain't nothing going down with it? Court date done got postponed it again. Nothing going down with it. So I say, hey, owning a rescue is the thing. One thing I see about owning a rescue, all of them, what they do, they get food for free. They get everything, leashes, collars, chains, cages, whatever they need for their rescue, they get it for free. They get government assistance. They file all that stuff, different little things on their taxes, whatever type of loans and different things they can get them because they're a rescue. That seems like the way to go. And guess what? Out of all the news I reported, all of the penalties I reported from the news I reported, the rescues don't get no time. And the rescues are committing fraud. Federal crimes too. All of them committing fraud. Every last one of them rescues that was busted for dead dogs and stuff like that, you gotta have fraud in this situation because if you lie to the public people, if you say them folk aren't getting government funds, if you say them folk aren't getting assistance from the government through that rescue, you're sitting there looking at this camera, looking at this video, lying to the people. Every last one of them getting some type of government assistance, no matter if it's money, food, whatever they're getting is coming from the government and the people out here, Now, you ain't had one dog, man, go out there and lie to the people out there and steal their money. When I say dog, man, I mean Pitbull, man. You ain't had one Pitbull, man, go out here and lie to them people and stealing their money, all them taxpayer stuff. Now, I see them Pitbull brothers, they do stuff illegal, but they doing it on their own accord. They ain't bothering nobody else. Whatever they do, they do. If they get jammed up, they get jammed up. But whatever they do, they do. They don't bother nobody else. These people with them rescues, they taking donations. They making you think they doing this. They making you think they doing that. And they ain't doing none of that. None of that. And they stealing the money. Now, one thing we know, you can get a job till the day you die. You can get a job pretty much anywhere for selling drugs in your background. You ain't getting no job when it come to stealing. You got the stealing charges in your background, your job limit gets small. Your list gets small. Your list is limited. You know what I'm saying? When you get caught with stealing in your background, you liable to have anything else in your background outside of messing with kids and all that stuff. We just keeping it on the, talking about other stuff. But when you got stealing in it, boy, look at here. You don't want that. And that's the same thing them rescues doing. Stealing them taxpayers' dollars, but they're getting light work when it comes to that time. Light work, man. Light work. But this next situation, we got a rescue who was arrested not too long ago. I did the thing in the United States. Arrested and arrested again. Locked up again. And same damn thing. Same damn thing again. Same thing again. But hey, like I said, PBK9 is going to give it to you, man. PBK9 is going to give it to you. If y'all want to donate to that channel, $ Pelican Bay Kennel. You know what I'm saying? I'm the little man with the purple on when you go on the Cash App. You know, if you want to donate to the channel. But let's get into that video, man. Rescue busted for the second time in 1 year. CNN satellites from outer space. Let's get into it.
A staff member of an animal rescue who already was facing charges of animal cruelty, among others, was arrested Monday on new charges after a dog was found dead at the property. Jessica Renee Wagner, 28, of Radcliffe, is facing 46 new counts of complicity to commit animal cruelty after a search warrant was executed November 13th on a residence on Harris School Road in Ryaneville. According to the warrant, 45 dogs were found in cages on the property without food and water. The cages and surrounding ground had standing urine and feces. The dead dog's body was found covered by a plastic child's pool on the property, the warrant said. The property was leased to Always Faithful Animal Rescue, a nonprofit, which once occupied a building on Hawkins Drive in Elizabethtown. In July, Wagner, along with Amy Marie Smith and Kevin Eugene Smith, were charged with 91 counts of second-degree cruelty to animals among other licensing and failure to vaccinate charges. That case is still pending. The animals were living in a neglectful situation, not up to code, but no life-threatening issues. Animal Care and Control Director Mike McNutt said at the time, "There was no reason for us to go in and seize the animals. We are working with the county attorney to get everything up to code. The violations were more along the lines of cleanliness," McNutt said. As of Monday, the building on Hawkins Drive was empty. It is unclear at this time if the Smiths are involved in the new case. As of Tuesday, the Facebook page, website and PayPal donation link for the rescue was active. The last post from the rescue on its Facebook page was made the morning of November 13th asking for dog food donations and linking its PayPal page. Second-degree animal cruelty is a Class A misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year in jail on each count, if convicted. The investigation continues, Hardin County Sheriff's Office Detective Max Slack said. He encouraged anyone with information in this case to call the sheriff's office. According to the citation, 7 of the animals at the Ryaneville residence were identified by chip numbers to match dogs from the July case. The 45 dogs were seized November 13th by Hardin County Animal Care and Control, McNutt said. These animals have been surrendered over to the shelter, and we are in the process of returning these pets back to their original facilities and locations, McNutt said. The shelter is bursting at the seams with 180 animals, as some dogs still are on hold in other court proceedings. The shelter typically cares for between 90 to 120 animals, McNutt said in an earlier report. We are in need of donations of dog food and puppy food, he said. That would really help us a lot. Of course, they could make monetary donations. Donations can be made at hcky.org/animal control department/animal control donations. McNutt said he appreciates his employees' work and dedication to maintain their standard of care with the excess number of animals. This is the most incredible staff I've ever worked with, he said. That's hard for me to say after being with the Kentucky Humane Society for 27 years. These people pulled together and they accomplished the impossible. They're just amazing.
Now I want to send a big shout out to all the dog men out there, all the YouTube channels, the one they say that's bringing too much light to this breed, my brothers. You know, big salute to all the channels, man. Big shout out to Brother Samurai Kennel and the Shogun crew, Brother Fat Bill, Brother Triple J, Going Hard Kennels 1 and 2, J Bo and Dogman TV. Let's see, APA American Pitbull Terrier Global. Shout out to all them brothers, man. Shout out to all them brothers. Shout out to my fam Trial and Error, man. I seen you one time a while back. I ain't seen you lately, but shout out to you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, man. Yeah, This next one, we're going to Wallingford, Connecticut, man. We're going to Wallingford, Connecticut, where a woman want to speak out against animal abuse. But the reason she want to speak out against animal abuse, it's kind of odd. It's kind of odd. I guess if you love the dog, it don't really matter how it happened. It just happened. And in this particular situation, this girl Pops killed her dog. Yeah, I said that. This girl daddy, this girl's father, killed her dog. So now she's making a stand, taking a stand for animal cruelty, because of it. Because of it. So y'all know where y'all heard it first. Y'all check this out. Wallingford, Connecticut, PBK9s. Let's go.
Hi, good evening to you both. Now, Gabriela Silva lost her 2-year-old dog Diesel on Monday after her father allegedly killed him. Now she feels she has to speak up to be the voice for her baby boy.
My whole life has flipped completely upside down due to this.
Gabriela Silva is grappling with emotions she never thought she'd have.
Not only do I lose, an animal that I've loved, very much, that I felt like I didn't get enough time with, I lost basically my family's torn apart.
On Monday night, police responded to her father's Northford home, finding her 2-year-old American Bulldog Diesel dead. Police say 51-year-old Arnaldo Silva was covered in blood and under the influence. In Diesel's cage, investigators found a bloody kitchen knife. Gabriela making the call to 911.
He took something that he knew very well that how much Diesel meant to me. He knew, and he took that away.
The idea to get Diesel was actually her dad's. He called her about 1.5 years ago and surprised her.
It was instant when I met him. I can't even explain. I've never felt this love for an animal in my whole entire life, and I literally fell in love with him.
Gabriela says Diesel changed her life for the better, even strengthening her and her father's relationship after they lost touch because of his issues with alcohol. She says Arnaldo gets violent when he drinks, but never to this extent.
He has never given me any signs of abuse prior. If I knew, I would have, taken him out of the situation. That's my baby.
Now, Gabriela is using the strength she has left to stand up for Diesel as she searches for justice.
I want people to know that it's not okay to abuse animals because they're God's creatures, and you should never hurt them, and that if you do, that you will be penalized to the full extent of the law.
We spoke with her dad when he bonded out for the second time Thursday afternoon.
No, I tripped. I fell into my wall. I tripped over him. He's always around my feet. I drank too much and I fell off.
I'll never forget his face when he was sitting on the couch just staring at my dead dog. I'll never forget that. That is not somebody who did an accident. When you do an accident, you help. You do everything you can, and he did not help him. He stood there.
Now, Arnaldo has been charged with animal cruelty and also threatening in the second degree. Now, he was arraigned this afternoon after police say he violated his terms of release for the second time this week after already, as we mentioned, posting bond twice. Now, originally, police set this most recent bond at $25,000. We have reached out to see if a judge raised that at all or kept it at the same price. We will keep you updated as we learn more. We're live here in North Branford tonight. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, we're going to get into that recall dog food situation, and we're going to get into some more news. But first, I want to know who knew about the Big 2000. What y'all know about the Big 2000, man? The Big 2000 and how it affects everybody in the United States when it comes to Pitbull. The Big 2000. 2023, the Big 2000. Okay, let's say it like this. Is it fair to say that on the East Coast in 2000 and, since the end of 2022 to now, which is a year, we lost 2,000 dogs, at least 2,000 dogs on the East Coast. Is it fair to say we lost at least 2,000 dogs on the East Coast in the last year? And that's including the Carolina Classic and all of Detroit, all of Michigan, New York, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, North Carolina, all the different parts of South Carolina. And it may be over 2,000. But we talking about 2,000 dogs. 2,000 dogs, like I said before, will affect. It don't affect the population, but it does affect the population. But what it affects more is your genetic pool. It affects more of what you supposed to have, but what you don't got, because them papers still at their house and their dog gone. You see? Because they might be didn't find them papers. They weren't looking for no papers half the time. If the papers put up somewhere, or the papers somewhere where drugs don't normally be at, they ain't gonna worry about them papers. But when they come home, they still got the papers. And whether they take the papers or not, when they get home, they can order more papers. As long as it haven't been no 15 and 20 years, if they just go to jail and come back home, police took the papers, they can order more papers, get the whole set of papers back again. The dog will never be back. 2,000 dogs gone. So you telling me if I got a top-notch breeder, if I got a top-notch stud, I get knocked off in some part of the United States, you know what I'm saying? And I got my papers still, money coming in. I'm talking about I'm feeding my household with that particular dog. You telling me I ain't gonna get another dog and get them papers and get that thing back to rolling? It's a hustle, it's a game, it's a way of life, way to eat out here, man. You just gotta, it's two sides to every story. We can say it one way, or we can say it another way. Put yourself in that man's shoes and put yourself in this man's shoes. You know what I'm saying? The man that's looking at, that's supposed to be what it say it is. Then put yourself in the shoes of, I was making so much money off this dog before the police came. You know what I'm saying? And people don't know that dog really gone, but I can still make money off this other dog over here because he looked just like my dog and I got the papers. So why I'm not gonna go ahead and make this 100,000, this 150,000 real quick, or maybe $500,000, $250,000 real quick over a period of time or a couple of years? Why I'm not gonna make it? Because I want to be fair to y'all? Because I want to be honest and all that? Being honest ain't gonna take care of my family. Being fair to y'all ain't gonna take care of my family. But this dog that I'm gonna get that's gonna look like these papers is. You see? So really at the end of the day, who can you knock? You can't knock that brother for feeling like that. And then you can't knock the dog man for feeling like you shouldn't be doing that. It's two sides to every story. But at the end of the day, all you can do is spend your money how you want to spend it. And when you're spending your money how you want to spend it, you want to get what it's supposed to be. And just keep in mind, over the last year, at least 2,000 dogs left off this East Coast. Not the Midwest, the East Coast. Straight down the East Coast. All the states, straight down the East. And we ain't even went into Tennessee. No Kentucky, no none of that. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the East Coast with water connected to that mug. At least 2,000 dogs outside of Detroit. Detroit, the only state that not connected to the East Coast that's in this situation. We ain't even added Indiana, none of that. No, we ain't added none of that. So, it is what it is. Something to think about, man. Something to think about. I guess is what the brother say, you bringing too much light to the breed. I guess that's the light they don't want you to see. Keep that down in the darkness. And all y'all brothers will have damn, we call it razor's edge and pocket pits. And it's supposed to be Eli's and supposed to be Jeep and bully dogs. And they pocket pits mixed with bullies and black mouth curves and Catahoula's. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, that's the way they come out, this and that, man. Listen here. They want the dog game to stay in the darkness. They want them crooked ways to stay in the darkness. Them crooked ways they was doing back in the days to people to stay in the darkness. No, I told y'all, keep telling you, it's a different day and era. Common sense, brothers know they can't go out there and do certain things. See, this ain't here. I ain't here to lecture you. I'm just here to give you the news and hopefully save a few. Call it shedding light. Shedding light. I'm damn sure gonna shed the light on the positive. Yeah. Melly Yellow over there having I don't know what she did. She jumped, but in that pool making noise. You know, it's about that time for her too, man. About that time for Melly Yellow too. But yeah, 2,000 dogs, man. You better keep eye on what you got. When I say keep eye on what you got, worry about what you got. Because what you can't see and what you thought you was getting it off of, may be off of it and may not be off of it. You know what I'm saying? Salute to all them brothers that be posting them videos on Facebook with the mamas in the pens and the daddy stuck to them and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Salute to all them brothers that's trying to do things the right way. You know, trying to do things the right way. Salute to them brothers that ain't trying to knock a person head off when it come to price. I got to do what I got to do, though, man. I got to do what I got to do. I ain't going to lie to you, man. I ain't going to lie to you. Salute to everybody and salute to whatever their prices is. You know what I'm saying? No knock to no brother. I don't care if you selling your dogs for $200. I don't care if you selling your dog for $200,000. No knock to you, man. You know, your money good for you, whatever you feel like is acceptable for you. And this man money good for him. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, man. Let's get into, you know, them dog recalls, you know. Let's get into them dog recalls, man. And when it comes to specific brands, you know, first recall I want to talk about is in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. You know, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, and we talking about a voluntary recall. A lot of these places that I'm gonna tell you about now, they have voluntary recalls because, you know, a few of the bags may have got somebody sick or a dog sick rather, and you know, it may be one particular strain of that dog food, but what they doing, they getting rid of all the dog food that was on the pallet from a certain period to a certain period. You know, it's like when that food be bad, when it's not the, you know, when it's they saying that it's containing salmonella, you know, but when the food be bad, you can't leave it how you would normally leave a good bag of dog food. You might leave it inside of a you know, in the bag, or you might leave it in a warm area, or you know, certain places. And when you do that, when the food is some of that contaminated food, then you liable to, you know, make that stuff rise up. Make that stuff rise up in your food and your dogs get sick eating it or whatever. But we're going to get into some of the brands, some of the recalls, and all these recalls are recent recalls. And I spoke on this because I heard brothers speaking about this a couple days ago on one of our videos. I ain't sure which ones it was. You know, brothers is talking about the recalls. I think I want to say it was Saturday Night Live. But this is real interesting right here, man. This is real interesting. But yeah, the first recall we got in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, you know, and they recalled the Victor Super Premium dog food as well as Wayne's dog food. Now, I'm going to show you a picture of all the dog foods that they ship out of their store. You know, all the dog foods that they ship out of their store with the recall, on the recall list. I'm going to show you a picture of that. You know, matter of fact, let me go ahead and put that up here. That's one of the pictures. You know, I got a couple more pictures, so I'm going to show you as well. But that's one of the pictures. And they say the Victor Premium dog food. Now, let's start at August 23rd, 2023. Let's start at August 23rd, 2023, Arlington, Texas. A company called Emir Supply Chain, which sells dog food. You know, they got a voluntary recall on all the dog food that was on pallets in their entire factory. You know, and that's in Arlington, Texas. And that was in 2023, August the 23rd. They didn't say anything about no like far as the name brands that I knew, but this company, I'm quite sure if you want to do some research, it's called Inmar Supply Chain. Inmar, INMAR Supply Chain in Arlington, Texas. You know, Arlington, Texas. And that was on August the 23rd. Now, let's go to September. You know, let's go to September the 1st. Let's go to September the 1st. And we got a recall on Banamine. You know, Banamine. There was a recall on that. You know, some brothers use that for certain things. Well, I'll just let you know it was a recall on that September the 1st, 2023. Now, September the 4th, 2023, there was a recall on Victor for salmonella. You know, for salmonella. It didn't say what state, it just said, it may have said what state, but I didn't get into reading all that. They just said Victor. Okay, now, October the 21st, 2023, there was a recall on Retriever, mini chunks, chicken recipe, salmonella. You know, Retriever, mini chunks, chicken recipe. And I know a lot of brothers that use that, you know, keep their dogs looking good. So y'all just do some research on this stuff I'm telling y'all about. You don't have to get scared and just start getting rid of your food and this and that. Just do some research on it. You know what I'm saying? Do your own research on it. But yeah, it was Retriever mini chunks, chicken recipe, and that was October the 21st, 2023. Now, October the 27th, 2023, there was a recall on Blue Ridge beef. Blue Ridge beef, Breeder's Choice, raw dog food. You know the dog food that they sell inside the little refrigerators when you go into Walmart and stuff? Blue Ridge beef, Breeder's Choice. You know, it was a recall on that October 27th, 2023. Now, October the 30th, 2023, there was a recall on Victor Super Premium potential salmonella. October the 30th, 2023, Victor Super Premium because of salmonella. And that was coming from another factory in Texas. Another factory in Texas had that. And like I said, don't just go get scared and all that and start getting rid of your food. Just do a little research and, just take heed on what I said. I don't feed Victor. I'm liable to have Retriever before I have Victor. Maybe not the mini chunks, but that particular dog food. I'm just, I just got too many dogs to feed Victor. But at the end of the day, man, y'all take care of them dogs. We about to get into a little more of this news. PB Canines, giving it to you the way I always do, man. We always do. We getting into let's see here. We getting into a Pitbull attack. We got the Boston. We in Boston again. We in Boston where two Pitbulls attacked an older man. But this the thing about it. They attacked the man. But the man, after he went to the hospital, he got pieces of his ear ripped off, pieces of his nose ripped off. After he went to the hospital, he said, and got healed up and everything. All these got stitched up and everything. He said them dogs don't deserve to be put down. He said they deserve a second chance. The brother said he don't want the dogs euthanized. You know what I'm saying? He don't want the dogs euthanized. But y'all know what y'all heard it first, man. Y'all hit that like button up. PB Canines giving it to you. Let's get into it.
Now to a terrifying dog attack in Lynn. A man left bloodied and badly injured when two pit bulls went after him. WBZ's Christina Rex is live for us in Lynn tonight. And Christina, I know you spoke with the man's roommate.
I did, and also with the police, David, and police tell me they have those two dogs in quarantine now. They confiscated the dogs as well as surveillance footage after getting this search warrant. And in the search warrant, they wrote that they think those dogs are a threat to public safety.
I was shocked. I was shocked.
John Schlopek called 911 when he found the victim of what police describe as a violent dog attack.
And he says, I need help. Call 911. I need to go to the hospital.
It happened along this Lynn walking trail on November 12th. According to a search warrant obtained by WBZ, a man in his late 60s was attacked by two loose pit bulls while walking the trail. His injuries were severe.
His ear was missing from his left side, and I seen a couple of bites on his cheek.
And police say part of the man's nose had been bitten off.
He's okay. I guess he's gonna need like a prosthetic ear. Like it was bad, but he's doing all right.
The victim's roommate tells WBZ he's been at Mass General since the attack. He just spoke with him a few days ago.
He's a good guy. You know, he's very thoughtful, very nice. You know, and yeah, hopefully he'll be all right.
Court documents reveal police believe the dogs are two medium-sized pit bulls who'd been living inside a barbershop across the street from the attack. Signs on the door say beware of dog, and the store is closed. Its owner has not been charged with a crime for this attack, but is already in jail on unrelated assault charges.
I don't like dogs like that.
Witness John says the aftermath was frightening, and he had seen those dogs around before.
It's too bad. I feel bad for the dogs, but, you know, it's not always the dog's fault. It's the owners, too.
And again, that victim's roommate tells me he is expected to be okay. He told his roommate he expects to come home in the next few days. Now, coming up, we'll tell you about a key piece of evidence police say they found when they first encountered those dogs. We'll explain more at 6 o'clock. For now, live in Lynn, Christina Rex, WBZ News. Christina, thank you.
Now, Buck City want a box. Now, the thing is about boxing Buck City, you need to go handle your business. You don't need a box. You need to handle your business. You got the longest ongoing dog fighting case in America. You know, them folks say you supposed to be going down in May. And the thing is, like I said, you don't need to be boxing. You need to handle your business. You know, that's what they mad about, and that's what they keep saying about. You're bringing too much light on the dog game. You're bringing too much. That's the light they talking about. Not Buck City, but letting stuff like that slide. When you got folk in all these chats, with all these open cases, with all these supposed to be in prison. You know what I'm saying? Nobody don't wish nobody to go. But the thing about it is, what you trying to get other people to go? You know, what you trying to get other people to go? You should have been done left and came back for that already. And then these brothers be bragging about money, about lawyers, about money. But I can't tell. Your case dragging on like you got a public defender. Because when you got paid lawyers, they make things happen. Your case dragging on like you got a public defender, or either you got another motive going on. You got something else going on. And I ain't trying to be involved with it. You know what I'm saying? End of the day, like I said, I ain't the one that told the judge I'm going to do what I want to do. You know, your dog game over. Like I told you in America, your dog game is over. You know, it's just how you handle your business. Now you want to box me and don't want to go to court. Don't want to go to whatever you got to do. All I got to say, man, go ahead and do what you're going to do. At this point, go ahead and do what you're going to do. If you're going to tell. If you're going to go. It don't even matter to me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, longest going dog fighting case in America. Vic been down and been done went to trial, been done went to prison and came back already. Since Michael Vick case was the biggest case in America because he was a football player, Vic really didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Vic really didn't do anything compared to what the number 2 case in America is, Buck City. And you worried about boxing. I told y'all brothers, when you see brothers worried about other stuff, instead of worried about what they got to go handle for real, you know there's other stuff going on. Other stuff going on. Plain out and simple, man. It ain't hard to see. You know what I'm saying? It ain't hard to see. And like I said before, you know, when it comes to boxing, 7-8, you think I'm going to let y'all pimp me? You think I'm going to let y'all shit me? I got shit at one time before when I did the Sambo match and the referee conditioned the dog. You know what I'm saying? You think I'm going to Let y'all, you think I'm gonna even get my fare or what I'm supposed to get? You know what I'm saying? Period. When your best friend is promoting the match. You know, y'all gonna make him the A-side when he ain't selling no tickets. You gonna make him the A-side. Like I said, don't worry about boxing me. Worry about doing what you gotta do. And staying out everybody's chat. Staying out all these chats when you ain't even did what you're supposed to do yet. Them folks say you supposed to be down in May. Now where you got a phone at in the county? If you ain't got a phone in the county, then that means you still out here. Why you ain't went in May? Longest going dog case in America. Like I said, brothers and sisters. Longest going case in America. The only case in America with folk standing outside with picket signs. Not one other brother got busted with dog fighting in America since the Vic case, where people stood outside the courtroom with picket signs. You want to box. You got somebody to box, go and do what you got to do. Box that damn judge. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. However you got to do it. Now, you go ahead and handle your business. I got to give these brothers and sisters this news. You know what I'm saying? We got another brother locked up for animal abuse. Got caught with a whole bunch of, some smoke. Smoking canisters and, say it was his personal smoke or whatever, but them folk, you know how them folks say he had it bagged up the way he had it contained off or whatever. They trying to say it wasn't for smoke. They trying to say it wasn't for smoke. And for people who don't understand what we're talking about or what I'm talking about, give you a quick example. Back in my days, you can get caught with an ounce of weed and they just get possession of marijuana. But you get caught with 5 bags of weed, you're going to get distribution of marijuana, attempted distribution of marijuana. If you get caught with 5 bags of weed, you can get caught with a whole ounce, long as it's not bagged up yet, then you just get that possession charge. But if you got anything separated, once you start separating the bags, that's when you get the attempted distribution. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, this brother locked up, animal cruelty, and then they found drugs when they went to the house. So y'all check this out.
Yeah. This little female puppy and her brother, the only 2 dogs that made it out of a house on Pecan Street alive.
There's 3 small puppies between probably 6 and 8 weeks old that were found dead inside the residence.
5 other adult dogs outside, chained, starving, and uncared for.
They did have injuries that I believe would be consistent with dog fighting.
54-year-old Larry Logan is now charged with 10 counts of animal cruelty and faces additional charges for what is described as high-grade marijuana found inside the home in mason jars.
It would be more than personal use, that amount, and the way it was packaged.
Police had arrived at the house to serve a felony arrest warrant unrelated to what they found inside. Conditions Chief Al Tolbert called deplorable. Dog feces and garbage throughout the home. But it was the condition of the dogs that was the hardest to understand.
They don't ask to be put in that environment, and they can't fend for themselves when you chain them and tether them to trees and stumps or whatever.
Yes, thank you. Hopefully these 2 will never know what that's like, now with a chance at a better life.
But the point of his is the vet care side of he didn't take the vet care.
I want to send a big salute to all the brothers down in the chat, all the sisters down in the chat. You know how we do it on that PBK9's Dog Talk. And back to that, bringing the light on the dog game. Back to bringing the light on the dog game. Bringing too much light on the dog game. Yeah, we bringing too much light on the dog game with all them fake champions out there. With all the fake champions, with all the fake pedigrees, we bringing too much light to the dog game. Because if we wouldn't bring that light to the dog game, them fake champions would still be rolling. You got people with champions all through their pedigrees and he never touched a box. Never touched a box. Champions all through your pedigrees. Fake pedigrees. Dogs with saying they Jeep, knowing they Eli, saying they Eli, knowing they Kobe, saying they Kobe, knowing they Bolio, saying they Bolio, knowing they come out the dog pound. You know what I'm saying? Saying they rascal, knowing they come from a stray dog they found on the side of the road. You know, hey, it just is what it is, man. It just is what it is. You gotta shed light. A lot of these brothers would have been in the darkness, getting shitted by y'all, what we call y'all puppy peddlers. See, you got brothers that sell, do their thing, they sell, but then you got brothers who pull the shade over brothers' eyes. You know, try to pull the shade over brothers' eyes, and you know, that ain't good business. You know what I'm saying? That ain't good business. And that's where they feel like too much light coming in at. Because like I said at the beginning of the video, not one single one of these dog channels stop y'all from doing whatever y'all was doing out there in the real world. Not one of them. But it do make you think though, don't it? When you look and you see all these people getting knocked off here, you see all these people getting knocked off there, knocked off here, it do make you think though, don't it? So what you saying, you just don't want the light on in your head. You just want your head to stay dark. You just want to feel like you on the low. Because you ain't on the low. I'm letting you see that you ain't on the low. Them folk butt knocking you off every other damn week, every other month. You know, to the brother that said that. So what light do you feel like we shouldn't shed on this game? We shed light on the positive side, and we shed light on the negative side. Because you must don't understand, you must don't listen to my videos. My thing is to show you that I just said it last week, that the river that you're looking at is white water rapids. It's not calm. So when you jump your ass in there and you know you're a mediocre swimmer, even if you're a good swimmer, if the water is too wild, it's too rough, why would you jump in it? If you're not fully prepared. And that's the light they don't want on the dog game. They want you to just jump in that damn water. Oh, shit, I can't swim. Oh, go on down the stream. One man gone, next one jump in. Next man gone, next one jump in. He float down this way. That's how they want it. That's how they want the dog game. Line. If your dog pedigree ain't right, if you gotta sign off on this and sign off on that and lie about this and lie, we don't give a damn. Shed some light on it. You know, shed some light on it. Because at the end of the day, we about making our dogs famous. We don't give a damn about your pedigrees. And that's why they get mad too. That's why they get mad. Because we telling brothers, worry about the dog that you got. Damn, going to buy them dogs over and over and over and all that bullshit. You know, wasting your money on this, wasting your money on that, listening to what they tell you about this and listening to what they tell you about that. And then you get that dog and they ain't no better than what you already got. You done spent $2,500 on some bullshit just for a pedigree. Yeah, it was hot when you bought it, but some of them pedigrees don't last for 6 months. When I say last for 6 months, I'm talking about they little fad. You know, they hot. Oh, let's get a dog off this dog. Let's get a dog off that dog. Let's get a dog off him. Let's get a dog off him. Some of them pedigrees only last for 6 months to a year. Then people ain't talking about that shit no more. That's why they hate that Big John stuff. That's why they hate it. When I'm 44, oh man. Oh, they've been talking that same talk since I've been 24. Same talk. Not just no 6 months. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no fad. A lot of y'all will jump on them fad dogs. That's what I call them. The Milli Vanillis. Fly by nights. One hitter quitters. You know. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You know, we just got to keep that thing going, keep that thing moving. The way we always do. You know, the way we always do. A lot of people like it. A lot of people don't. Shout out to my brothers that just subscribed. Shout out to my sisters that just subscribed. We working on up there, man. Working on up there. I got to work on some things to be shooting my folk, my subscribers, making sure I'm looking out for my subscribers. We're going to have some great things coming. I just got a lot of things going on right now. I'm trying to keep my head above water. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep my head above water. Hopefully, Mellow Yellow do like I said earlier, she should drop anytime within the next week, you know? And that's the only thing when it comes to breeding. When you breed more than one time, you know, you always go off the first day, and some people go like a day after the first day or something like that, or a day before the first day. I forgot how they do it, but, you know, that's the whole thing about when you breed more than one time. You know, you never can be certain. When I bred one time with an anime and it's bred at one time, or I breed my pits one time, I can almost pinpoint to the hour when she gonna drop them puppies. You know, I'm only off by like at the most 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? But when you breed them more than one time, you never know. You might have them, you know, today, then it might be next week. It just depends on how many times you bred them. You know, just depends on how many times you bred them. But yeah, man. Yeah, I hope y'all, like I said, I hope y'all had good holidays. Hope y'all have a good weekend, man. You know, all I can do is try to give you that dog news and that dog talk. Fair and unbiased. I say unbiased. Some of my brothers say biased. I say unbiased because, hey, I gotta give you a light on both sides. You know, gotta shine the light on both sides of the game. That's what I mean by that. You know, I got my favorites when it comes to bloodlines, of course, like any other dog, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about unbiased when it comes to this news. I'm not gonna just sugarcoat this shit and tell you one side of it and make it sound good. Now y'all going out there getting jammed up. You know, that's what I mean by fair and unbiased. I'm giving you the bad side and I'm giving you the good side. You know, you might not want to hear about these dog attacks, but you need to hear about them, you know, to make you have more, be more responsible with your dogs. You know what I'm saying? And keep that in mind, because when you hear about them stories, then you know you don't want your dogs to do it, so you're going to be more responsible with yours at the same time. You know, and then shed a light on the dogs on the good side as well. These brothers who out here doing the good things with these dogs. You know what I'm saying? That's why you might see me post a brother picture on a video or something, you know, back in the days, and even if I wasn't really talking to you on Facebook and nothing like that, because I'm going to support the people who doing the positive stuff with these dogs, that's trying to do more than just sell puppies. You see? Because when you pay attention, you know, if you in the game just trying to sell puppies, you just stay over there where you at. You know what I'm saying? I got bigger and better things I'm trying to do in this dog game. You know what I'm saying? Bigger and better things I'm trying to do. You know, we all gonna sell dogs. But the thing about it, you know, a lot of these brothers can't, how am I put it? A lot of these brothers make excuses for why they still where they at in the dog game. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers make excuses why they still where they at in the dog game, but only excuse is your lack of will, your lack of work, and your lack of talent. You see? Or your lack, only thing, I'm gonna take that back, you know, your lack of knowledge, your lack of will, and your lack of talent. See, the knowledge will tell you to do something better. The will will make you do it. And the talent, you know, some people say if you got the knowledge and the will, it'll overpower the talent. Because if you got the talent and you don't got the will, none of that make no difference. You can have the knowledge and the talent and don't have the will, and none of that makes any difference. Period. You gotta want to do it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, nobody can't make you do it. And one thing I've been noticing, a lot of these brothers want to wait till it's too late. Wait till it's too late. Then you want to cry, boo-boo, cry, and jumping on one of these boys' channels that you're talking about was putting too much light in the dog game. But we just sit back, man. We just sit back and keep that thing rolling. But I ain't gonna keep y'all here too long, man. Doing it how I always do it. Y'all stay safe out there. Y'all stay legal out there. And remember, we do not condone anything illegal, man. PB Canines, and I'm out.